So in the previous video, we started training our chatbot, and while training, I encountered an error, and the error was because of a small spelling mistake. So basically, the action name is, uh, if you go to the domain file, you have all the set of responses here, and the action name is utter I am a bot. But while mentioning this action in the stories, I have just mentioned I am bot. So that actually threw an error, but not a problem. I have fixed the error. So you just have to change the spelling here, make sure the spelling is correct. And I have retrained the model, so everything is working fine. In case if you are also getting the similar error, kindly fix it. Now, if you see the training process, it's a very lengthy process. Okay. And now I would like to initiate a conversation with the chatbot. And for that, you have to write a command, Rasa shell. Okay. So we have learned different commands so far, but don't worry. Let me just quickly recap all the commands so that you guys don't get confused. There are actually three commands that we have learned so far. One is the Rasa init, that is used to initialize a new Rasa project. So every time you want to initialize a new project, you have to use this command Rasa init. So you have to create a folder wherever you want to create the project. Just create a folder, then navigate to the folder, and inside that folder you can write this command Rasa init to initialize a Rasa project. Once you make certain changes in your data, for example, you add a new intent, or you add new example, or you change the response. So any kind of change that you make, you have to retrain your model. And for the retraining purpose, you can write the command Rasa train. Okay. And whenever you want to initiate a conversation with the chatbot, you have to write the command Rasa shell. So this is the latest command that I've entered after training our model. Okay. So this command is still working. And here you go. It is asking for the input. So I'll enter the input hi. Okay. It says, hey, how can I help you? Now I will ask for the introduction. So I'll enter, give me an introduction. So I've asked, give me an introduction. So it says, I am a chatbot developed at IT Vedant. Now I will stop the conversation. I will end the conversation by saying bye. And if you want to come out of this conversation, you have to type forward slash stop. And now you're actually out of the conversation. So you can see the conversations are working fine. But one thing you have to notice here, if you're asking for introduction, then it is not compulsory that you have to enter one of these examples. It's not compulsory. Whatever input you're entering, that should be very close to these examples. So here we have the example, tell me something about yourself. Who are you? Are you a robot? Introduce yourself. But rather than these examples, my input was actually give an introduction, which is actually not mentioned here, but still it is very similar to these examples, and that's why it worked fine. Okay. So guys, so far we have learned the concept of intent, response, and stories, how to train your model, and how to initiate a conversation with your model. We will now learn many more advanced concepts in the next video.